Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
Are you a motherless daughter? What if we told you we have 20 years worth of truth treasures, pearls of wisdom, and diamonds of hope to help you with your mother loss? We do, and we share all things mother loss on Nurturing Words, Voices of Experience, a podcast by the Motherless Daughters Ministry. Give yourself some self-care and listen as we discuss grief, regret, anger, redemption, closure, and so much more.
Hello, I'm Gladys Bell, your host. Have you ever felt like your grief was something you wear every day, but most do not seem to notice? Today, we are hearing a blog written by our podcast administrator, Sarah Lynn Wells. She's sharing a little of her story and the importance of community in our grief journey. If you enjoy our episodes, would you take a moment to rate and review our podcast on whatever platform you use? This is a simple task that helps make sure our podcast reaches motherless daughters. Also, if you would like to support our podcast and ministry, check out the show notes for ways to donate and become involved. Let's listen in.
Have you ever seen one of the projection photo necklaces? I recently purchased one, and it's my new favorite piece of jewelry. If you haven't heard of those, it's a necklace with what appears to be a jewel. But if you take a closer look, the jewel has a hidden photo projected inside. You have to get the jewel pretty close to your eye to see it. The image is masked to the outside world, but something you carry with you when you wear it. Isn't that such a fitting depiction of our mother loss? Now that I'm 7 years into my mother loss journey, my grief is not often on display for others to see. Most days, I do not encounter people who knew my mom or anyone who is thinking about my grief. But just like that photo hidden in the jewel, my mother loss is something I carry with me all of the time. While my grief appears differently than it did those first few weeks or months, it is still a force in my life that affects me in so many ways. But to the outside world, it is hidden for the most part. Just like it takes getting close to the jewel to see the full image, someone has to get close to us motherless daughters to actually see our grief. Perhaps it is due to walls we've expertly constructed to protect ourselves, or just trying to live our lives normally and move on. But just like that image, our grief is hidden and deeply embedded inside of us. It may be grief from a death that everyone else around us has seemed to move on from. Maybe it is the invisible grief of emotional abandonment or an estrangement when relationship looked normal to the outside world. It might not be obvious to those around you, but when someone gets to know you, they may be able to see the impacts of the grief. Another thing about the projection necklaces is they may be hidden from those who were unfamiliar with the necklaces. But I saw someone the other day wearing one and immediately recognized what it was. They have a distinct look, but it's something you would likely miss if you didn't know about them. Grief can be a bit that way as well. Sometimes those who have not experienced mother loss can struggle to understand what we as motherless daughters are going through. But if you've been there, you can spot it much more easily. You can see the pain, the desire for a sense of family that's missing, a longing for a mother figure in their life, the loneliness when everyone else seems to have their mother around, and so many other emotions and struggles. A sense of community with others who have been there is so vital to our healing journey. It is one of the things I am most grateful for with Motherless Daughters Ministry. I have never felt more seen and understood than in conversations with other women on this journey. Without community, it may feel like no one in our life gets close enough to us to truly see us. Just like most will pass by without seeing my photo. But we cling to the hope that we have a God who does see the full picture. He sees it clearer than we can even see it. He understands in a way no one else can. I love the way the Message translation states Psalm 56:8. You've kept track of my every toss and turn through the sleepless night, every tear entered into your ledger, every ache written in your book. God sees how our mother-loss journey is something that altered our lives and continues to echo through the rest of our decisions and experiences. He does not need a projector to see our story.
We're going to take a short break to tell you about an opportunity, and then we'll come right back to the podcast.
Join a sisterhood of those who will see you. We invite you to a 4-day healing retreat in Cincinnati, Ohio. The journey, Healing the Wounds of Mother Loss One Step at a Time, is a residential retreat focusing on mother loss and its effect on your life, how her absence shapes your identity, influences your style of mothering and relationships, how your grief surfaces throughout your lifetime, and how you experience living beyond your mother's final years. You are worthy of healing and support, and the time is now. You will have excuses of "I'm too busy" and a million reasons of why not to go. Push those aside and give yourself a gift of renewal this spring season. For more information and to register, look for the Journey Retreat on our website, motherlessdaughtersministry.com.
Our thanks to Sarah Lynn for sharing her post from the Motherless Daughters Ministry blog library. Does that resonate with you? I'm sure many of us have experienced this type of grief. The way grief is compared to a hidden picture, something that's there but not visible to the outside world, feels so accurate. It's like you're carrying this deep pain that no one sees unless they've been through something similar. It really speaks to the isolation that comes with grief, especially when people around you don't quite get the weight of it. Sarah Lynn's story brings to mind several terms that are related to this hidden picture: empathy, shared experience, and peer support. All these are hallmarks of the Motherless Daughters Ministry experience. The God-inspired instructional design of the programming promotes the sense of community that she described. Empathy is defined in the Oxford Dictionary as the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Coupled with compassion, it enables one to see circumstances from another individual's perspective. Greater empathy builds and strengthens relationships, improves communication, and motivates action. Shared experience further magnifies the power of empathy. It cultivates a sense of belonging and connection with others who identify with associated feelings and emotions. Actually talking out loud about thoughts and feelings you have kept to yourself without fear of judgment or rejection in a safe environment is validating. Being with others who understand reduces feelings of isolation. Peer support is not a new phrase. Peers are equals who share a set of what is usually described as social or demographic characteristics. But if you were to observe a room of motherless daughters, there could not be a group of people more different. Motherless daughters are in every age group, nationality, social class, and any other designation you care to add. But all of us have missed or lost the nurturing care of a mother somewhere in our background. That common ground is powerful to unite us because it has such a far-reaching impact on our lives. The hidden pictures Sarah Lynn talked about, when brought to light, can give us the opportunity to acquire tools to manage the impact of our losses and build resilience. Meeting and hearing about others who have overcome similar challenges can empower us to take the next step on the journey of managing grief. Peer support can show us hope for what we previously thought was impossible. What I found really powerful was the idea of finding community with other women who have gone through similar losses. It's like, even if others can't see your pain, there's something comforting about being understood without needing to explain yourself. And the mention of God seeing the whole picture of our grief, even when it's invisible to others, was such a hopeful note. It kind of reaffirms that we're not alone in the depths of that sadness. It's so comforting to know we are not alone. We all carry hidden burdens, and sometimes the best thing we can do is find people who truly see us. You may be listening and thinking that you are still in a place of feeling like no one sees you. We understand. Our ministry wants to help women who feel alone in their journey. We would invite you to learn more about how you can be part of our community, whether it is with coaching, support groups, courses. Community with other motherless daughters is possible. Over the next few episodes, we will be discussing the Journey Retreat. This is an in-person retreat for motherless daughters, both those who have physically lost their mother or those who had mother loss through abandonment, emotional absence, or narcissism. It is designed to assist you in resuming, continuing, or starting the path to healing from the impact of mother loss. The Motherless Daughters Ministry tools and resources have proven themselves powerful for 20 years and have created a strong community of people who support one another on the grief journey. Our next retreat will be held in early June. More information about the retreat can be found via the link in our show notes. This retreat is a perfect place to find community and healing. However you find that healing, we pray for your journey. Remember, you are not alone.
If you are in need of more nurturing words, we encourage you to listen to our other episodes. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you can join us next time. We don't want to miss you. We have many Motherless Daughter resources on our website at www.motherlessdaughtersministry.com. You can also find us on our YouTube channel and Facebook at Motherless Daughters Ministry, where you will find support from over 10,000 women. We hope you'll come visit us, and we look forward to joining us next time.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.